Here we go with lessons 3 and 4. The reason that lessons 3 and 4 are connected is that you're going to be reading now the anchor selection. And so that anchor text, or what used to be called the main selection if you're connecting it to other basals, this anchor text is the big piece of text. It is not found in the Reader's Writer's Companion, the Reading Writing Companion. It is instead found in the Student Anthology, which is the hardback book that you are receiving for your students. So let's begin with lessons 3 and 4. You will be transitioning to then that anchor text. Again, you will see the close reading routine. You will see any differentiated instruction, the how to access any complex ideas or complex text. You will see the read prompts, analytical writing, and some of those prompting questions that you can ask. All of those are provided for you. You'll also be looking at these components. You're going to go back and review the essential question. One of the things that you are allowed to choose is the teacher or a computer can read the story as a first read. And when you probably saw that when you watched those pieces online that we used, a lot of us used the computer as the first read, then the teacher models with some of the read reading prompts. So you can actually give a lot of scaffolding with those read reading prompts, and you're also going to be filling out a graphic organizer with the students. You're going to identify where you're going to stop and check and have breaks between your lessons. Those will be your choices. Here's a reminder. You'll be using the Student Anthology, the hardback book, and not the Reading Writing Companion for your first read. So that Student Anthology, students will follow along in that hardback book. So you're going to introduce the anchor text by helping students to see what connections can they make to that essential question. And so some of the things that you see in this lesson, what connections can you make, could be some of the prompts that you put in your lesson plan. You're also going to prompt them to use a graphic organizer, and you see it highlighted in your text. This right here, you're going to use, how does the graphic organizer connect to the skill? So how are you going to choose? This one's chronology, and it's next, next, next. And how does the story fill the graphic organizer? So what pieces will you choose to have students fill in and talk about? You'll want to find where the graphic organizers are online. You will be able to see them in your presentation file, and you'll also be able to look up the graphic organizers in a book to be able to have that graphic organizer. When I utilized this, when I taught the students, I just did the graphic organizer and I filled it in right in there. These are meant to be typed in. You'll see you have these tools in the digital one. And I just helped the students along the way with those scaffolds. And so that's the way that I decided to do it. You might do it differently. You could put it in Canvas. You could blow it up and just do it under your doc cam. Anything that you want to do is appropriate. Those are the decisions that you'll make. You'll be doing that those read prompts. And here's how a teacher might think aloud. It gives you those hints, any EL supports that you need about the language, and then any stop and checks so that you can look to see how they're progressing in their critical thinking and if they're attaching to those skills that are going to be assessed. So lesson 3 is half of the text. Lesson 4 continues to read those read prompts, and you're going to do the second half of the anchor text. So the anchor text then is split over the 2 days. And remember, use those accessing complex text prompts as you need them. Let's review what you're going to plan for then lessons 3 and 4 in your lesson planner to turn in for your competency. This here identifies what you'll be doing, which is the anchor text. and how you're going to read that on the first read.